What follows is an overview of an electronic task management system. The example given is a template for use in an accounting practice where an FBT return is being prepared. FBT is both complex tax law and a procedure that is not done every day. The lack of frequency combined with complex rules and regulations makes FBT the source of oversights and errors when calculating tax liabilities. One way of dealing with these problems is to create a system of checklists, resources and templates for staff completing FBT assignments. You start by creating a job. Think of it in terms of allocating an FBT return to an employee, selecting the client and the date it is due. What happens when you do this is that the job preloads an FBT return template that has within it all the steps, checklists and review points anyone who is serious about doing an FBT return and getting it right should have at their fingertips. The first step is a link to the NTAA's FBT Return Preparer software. Selecting the link opens NTAA's software. The FBT Preparer software is copyright of the NTAA. Contact them on 1800-808-105 if you wish to purchase their FBT Preparer package. The next step takes the employee to an FBT client questionnaire. This is a preset practice information gathering template that outlines the standardized questions the tax firm directs to all its FBT clients. The template opens, it can then be pre-filled and forwarded to the client. Note, the system has various checklists and resources for all the different FBT areas. The step shown here deals with motor vehicles. Other steps focus on loan benefits, accommodation and so on. For the purpose of showing how the checklist system works, we will draw our attention to the area of meals and entertainment. The sub-steps contain various references and notes to help the employee work through what should be done and what to watch out for. Here is an example of how to create systematic tools to help employees understand and correctly apply the law. The step links to a flow chart. The first question is the expense entertainment? Double-clicking on the question brings up some NTAA notes that deal with this definition. Many tax accountants in Australia attend NTAA seminars because of the quality of their notes. What you are doing here is making those notes available to staff when they need to refer to them. Clicking the return button takes you back to the flow chart. You now move to the next question. Is the entertainment meal entertainment? To apply the FBT law correctly, once you have decided an expense is entertainment, you need to consider what type of entertainment it is. The flow chart is setting up the logic to follow this process as well as making sure employees have instant access to the notes they need to make correct decisions. Double-click on the flow chart and the NTAA notes open. Click Return and you are back at the chart. The NTAA have developed a meal entertainment determinator. This application is designed to allow taxpayers to determine the cost-benefit of electing to use the so-called 50-50 split method of taxing meal entertainment. The idea is to make this application available to employees when they need it. The staffer is working on FBT meal entertainment, so a link to that software is both useful and logical. Click the link and the software opens. The employee is ready to do some tax planning. The practice can also develop its own tools to help employees think through and correctly deal with the complexities of entertainment expenses and FBT. Going to an NTAA FBT seminar is great, but how much tax law can one person remember? Moreover, not everyone makes the seminar. A simple spreadsheet like this, linked at a location that an employee can refer to when they are actually working on an FBT return, can help reduce oversights and errors. Every practice has its own systems and ideas. This spreadsheet helps an employee work with the meal entertainment FBT rules. The idea is to create a basic summary of what the various FBT and income tax treatments should be. The whole system is an interactive electronic checklist. You set it up once and it is available to staff throughout the practice. Once established, the practice only needs to update it for the next FBT year. The problem with tax law is that it is complex and often lacks logic. Good accountants read their tax journals, stay up to date and make a point of getting it right for their clients. More junior staff, however, can benefit from checklists and links. There are many groups out there like the NTAA who put out first-rate notes and tax solutions. The trick is, how do you get staff into the mix and how do you help them self-check and learn the law?